Alright guys, welcome to the feudal system. So we're going to talk about the pyramid of the feudal system. Up top is the king. So if I am the king, I will give some land to the nobles. The nobles are the aristocrats, the rich people, they get the land. So the king gives the land to the nobles. In return, as the king, I want knights to protect my castle and money. So that's what I'm looking for at the top of the pyramid as the king. Behind me is the medieval castle. Was there for protection as well during the feudal times, feudal system. So we're going to go over each section of the feudal system. That's first though, the king. Next up we have the nobles. These are the more wealthy people. The king gives them the land, or the fief, and they hire knights to protect the land. And the knights give them back military support and also collect the taxes for the nobles, who end up having to give the money to the king. So the nobles are right under the king. They rank second on the pyramid. They have a lot of power in the feudal system, and they live pretty wealthy lives. Okay, so that's the nobles. All right, next up we have the knights. So the knights, they provide to the nobles protection of the land, and they protect the peasants, and they can also go up and protect the king and the nobles. They're the military force of the system. They do get from the peasants food and services, so the peasants provide them food. Another thing that's key about the knights are given a small piece of land from the nobles. So a knight can actually become a noble, which is kind of cool. If you're a knight, you can kind of work your way up. Peasants, they can't work their way up. So right below the nobles are the knights, and they do the fighting. Last up is the peasants, or the serfs. These are the lowest people on the pyramid. It's most of the people within the system. So most of the people are serfs or peasants. They farm the land and they provide services for the knights. They also have to pay taxes, and they also are stuck as peasants. You cannot go from a peasant and rise up. You're kind of stuck there. That's it. You're a peasant, and if you have a child, they're a peasant. Okay? They do most of the work, but they are okay with it because they get protection. Because medieval times, there's a lot of dangerous things going on. So protection is number one, and having food. So they farm the land of the peasants. They're the lowest on this pyramid, but they are protected by the knights, and they provide food for the whole system. So that's the feudal system. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and it's all about survival in medieval times. Yes, the king does live better than most, and so do the nobles, but it's a very dangerous time period. It's the Dark Ages, not a lot of stuff being invented. It's really people are just trying to survive, and the feudal system lasted a long time keeping people alive. So that's the feudal system. Any questions, you can ask your teachers. You're going to have to take the quiz if you're in my class, and that's it, feudal system, medieval times.